Hey everybody, welcome back to Essen 2018. We are here with Active Player Network giving you the scoop on all sorts of incredible games, and I cannot tell you, I read an article about this game not too long ago, and when I found out that I was going to get to meet with Gil and talk about the networks, I was like, yes, yes, yes.
Excellent.
So tell us what we're looking at here.
So this is the networks. You are a TV network executive. You start the game with a little bit of cash and 3 terrible TV shows. You're trying to get the most viewers over 5 seasons. So let's give you a little bit of money, and I'll take a little bit of money.
All right.
And so on your turn, you get to do exactly one thing.
Okay.
So one of the things I might do is I might develop a show. So we've got 5 cards over here. These are the shows.
These are the concepts that they're pitching.
Exactly, that are available to be picked up. So perhaps I'm going to go develop the Wacky TSA agent, okay? So I developed the Wacky TSA agent. That costs $1 million. That's right up there. And now if you look in the upper left of the card, this show wants to be on at 9 p.m., okay?
Okay.
So I've got my 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and 10 p.m. show.
Okay, so these are your slots for your programming.
Exactly. Like, now nobody's watching Breath Mints around the globe, so unfortunately I'm going to have to cancel
You're
that.
Have to change that.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I have one. Guys, name that stain.
Name that stain. It's a very popular
classic.
one. I'm going to develop the Wacky TSA agent. It's going to go on at 9 p.m. Now, this show requires a star. I must put a star on this show, okay, because it's got the star icon on the bottom. But you start the game with a star and an ad in a green room.
Okay.
So, I have a talent show winner that I'm going to put on, and she's going to be my new Wacky TSA agent. And now I'm all set. I have my show, I have my star, it's on this time slot. Because this show was on its proper time slot, it's going to get its full complement of viewers, which is 8 viewers.
All right.
Had it been on the wrong time slot, it'd only get 5 viewers.
Got it,
okay?
got it.
The star is going to get an extra viewer in this case. Some stars get you more. And the show we canceled is going to gain a little bit of hipster cred, and it's going to get a viewer because you canceled it.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's going to be 10 viewers, but you'll only score that at the end of the season. I'm going to mention that more in a little bit. So that's my whole turn. Now, the reason that's important, because at the aforementioned end of season, your shows are all going to age. So you're going to score your shows, you're going to get your viewers from your shows, and then your show gets a little older.
Okay.
You know, and then at some point, things get bad.
And that's different per show, right?
Yes,
as well?
every show,
how well they weather the sands of time.
Yep, and some shows have more of an arc. Some shows have a pretty decent season 3.
Solid first season, and then, you know, they really let it go.
But they all, they all fall apart. They all jump the shark by the 4th season.
Excellent.
So that's developing a show. Now, notice some of these shows also cost some extra money, like this show, Awesome Industrial Accidents. It costs $1 million to develop, but it also costs $1 million at the end of the season.
Got it.
We'll get back to that $1 million in a moment. So now you've got stars. So instead of developing a show, you can also sign a star. So I can sign a celebrity chef. He costs $1 million, and he'll go into my green room. And then at some point, I can put him on a new show. Some of the stars are interesting. Like, I've got here a cult sci-fi actor. She wants to be on a sci-fi show. Okay? So, if she's on a sci-fi show, say she's your new chainmail bikini warrior, she's going to be really good because sci-fi symbol, sci-fi symbol. Okay? So, she's happy. But if you put her on something that's not sci-fi, like let's say I put her on the sitcom, you got to rotate her, and she doesn't get you as many viewers.
Right. So she's still on the show, but unless you're putting her in a show that matches her archetype, then she's not going to perform at her peak value.
Exactly. And there's a bunch of stars like that. Like I've got the comedian your parents like.
Good.
And he wants to be on a sitcom, and same thing. If he's not on a sitcom, he doesn't get you as many viewers. Yeah. Now we get to ads. You can land an ad, and when you land an ad, you get money, and you get this amount of money, but you don't get viewers. Of course, ads don't give you viewers. Now, remember I mentioned that some of these shows cost money at the end of the season, but ads also give you money at the end of the season, which can offset the show. Offset them, and then some. But of course, this ad wants to be on at 9 p.m., and if it's not on at 9 p.m., you got to rotate it, and it doesn't get you as much money. So that's a lot of the game there. A lot of it is very much timing and strategy and knowing exactly when to move forward to possibly make a suboptimal play to make sure your opponent doesn't make an amazing play.
I mean, just like the entertainment industry.
Exactly.
Truly.
Yes. So every time you take a card, it doesn't get replenished. There's just a gap.
Okay.
And at some point, there aren't going to be a lot of cards left. So another thing you can do is you can drop in budget. So you can take your turn order marker and put it over here and collect this amount of money.
Okay.
And your season's over. You get no more actions. Everybody else keeps going. At some point, everybody will drop in budget, and that's the end of the season. And that's when you score your shows, you collect your money, and you age your shows.
Okay.
Now, this looks pretty straightforward. 765, that's not a big deal. That's because this is what you play with in the first season. From then on, it gets a little harder. So
my reaction to that reveal was like what you want, but it was totally natural. Like I was like, ooh, there's another side.
But it's really cool.
Yeah.
The first person to drop out for the rest of the game gets either $10 million or 5 viewers. And remember, viewers are victory points. The last person out only gets $2 million.
Okay.
So it becomes a real important thing when you're going to drop in budget, especially if you need money. You got to read the other players and know when they're going to jump and try to jump out before them. So now that we're done with the season, we go to the next season. And if you're just learning the game, I recommend these network cards only come out in Season 2.
Got it.
Once you know what you're doing, you can have them out in Season 1. And these are special powers you can pick up during the game.
Okay.
Like some of them are immediate. If you pick up Audition, that means you just draw the top star from the deck. And put it in your green room for free. Showrunner, remember I talked about the shows aging?
Yep.
If you play Showrunner, you keep one of your shows from aging.
Ah.
And then you have Good Branding. Good branding gives you 2 viewers at the end of the game for every show you have for one genre of your choice.
Interesting.
Yes. And one more thing to mention, you get a big bonus if you ever get 3 shows of the same genre. So you want to be Comedy Central, you want to be the Sci-Fi Network, you want to collect...
Then you know your audience at that point.
Exactly. And that is the networks in a nutshell.
Guys, this seems really fun, and I think one of the things, because we've been kind of blowing through a lot of the rules, but there's a lot of comedy on this table. Like, everything is zany. Seems like you're going to have as much fun with the strategy element as just revealing the cards and the opportunities in front of you.
That was my goal. I wanted a balance of both.
Absolutely. Because the actual entertainment industry is, terrifying. Okay, now, if they wanted to find out more about the network and about what you guys are doing at Formal Ferret, where can they go to see that?
Well, you can always go to formalferretgames.com. You can also follow me at Gilhova, that's my name, with 1 L. And you can also follow that same name on Instagram, at Gilhova.
Excellent. And then you'll be all caught up. And I'm very excited to say we are going to be doing another video here at Essen with Gil about the follow-up to the networks, which is the executives.
Yes, very much so.
Another layer to the hell that is Hollywood. But we can't wait to dig into that with you. So make sure that you like this video so that more people will see it and get excited to play with you. But also, you'll want to subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/ActivePlayerNetwork. That'll make sure you don't miss out when we do our video on the executives or any of the other amazing content that we have been making here at Essen. It's been really exciting to do that. You'll want to make sure you're on Instagram because we'll be putting out pictures of components and really give you a peek under the lid of all the games that we've been looking at. But of course, you'll want to talk with us about that on Twitter, and that's at ActivePlayerNet. And it would be really silly for you not to give us a like on our Facebook page, facebook.com/ActivePlayerNetwork, and I'll tell you why. It's because we are always giving away games. It would just be a silly thing for you not to be there hanging out with us.
Don't be silly.
Don't be silly. I mean, this is pretty silly.
Yeah.
But don't you be silly out there.
But yeah, you should definitely do that because we want to give away games to you guys. We want to get you playing. We want to get you talking. We want to make sure that you are active players. So go ahead, check out all of those channels, and we'll see you next time on Active Player Network.